Hi guys, so I thought I'd just do a little bit of an introduction to my video. I'll probably use it for my student video as well this week. It's just coming up for 9 p.m. And I've just had a gig which I had to do because there was no dep available. The plus side to the gig is the fact that I wasn't actually blowing. I was drumming. Yeah, go figure. Me a drummer for a band. But there we go. So I could kind of cough my way through. And it was a nice gig. It was at the school where we rehearse. And the kids came up and did a stint as well, and that was lovely. The parents loved it, and it was very nice. Quite pleased overall with how I played, especially considering two of the pieces I was only given on Monday. I got all the important bits in the right place, more or less, I think, so it was definitely better than it was on Monday, so considering as well that I haven't practised, obviously, so everything has been flute, everything is just flute at the moment, so I'm going to go off to bed with a lemsip shortly. So I recorded the Hamburger Sonata earlier, which I'll probably tack on the end of this video. Yeah, and played through a couple of other things. Started work on the new Casper Kummer number 11. I don't understand the way it's laid out, so I need to get my head around that. There's a bit of a very odd DS, but there's also a trio, but the DS isn't at the end of the trio, it's at the end of the march. It's a bit weird anyway. So tomorrow I'm going to run my LTCL program because tomorrow's headache is because Lindsay's an idiot, is retiming everything without repeats. So we'd only put repeats in the Monty and in a couple of the small variations for the Schubert. We'd taken all the other repeats out, but having looked again at the I don't know, guidelines, whatever you want to call them, it says no repeats over 2 bars. So your program gets marked without the repeats. You can put them in, but then it will go for like extra moderation, and if your program still is under the time. So I think taking out some of the repeats will put me slightly under the time. So tomorrow's headache is timing everything and seeing what we can do to perhaps be a little bit more elastic with the time. So make the Monty more Hungarian. But it's so short. It's 5 minutes max. So it'll be like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes without the repeats. It's so short. But anyway, there we go. It says no repeats, so yeah. Just what else can go wrong? What else can go wrong? Not much. It's I've done the crying. Now it's the kind of resigned laughter thing going on. It's just kind of like, what else? But yeah, there we go. I just hope this clears a little bit by Tuesday, but we shall see. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably post something tomorrow. I'm just trying to keep myself available. I'm not trying to. It's not certainly not to show off or anything. It's just keeping myself accountable and making sure that excuse me, making sure that I'm working on stuff, and hopefully looking back on it I can see that some bits have improved. Anyway, I'm sure you can be the judge of that. I'm off to bed. I'll see you soon. Okay, so we're just going to go with this and see what happens. This is the Hamburger Sonata, which I am going to play with a backing track from YouTube. I've only played with it once, so it may all go horribly wrong, but we will give it a whirl anyway. There we go. by the way, adverts, because I'm playing it with Tim without the repeat, which I forgot this did. So it's just once through. It's also, Tim and I have got a little bit of rubato in at certain points, which this doesn't, it just keeps going. So I'd again forgotten that it doesn't have those little bits in. A few messy fingers, a few breaths in wrong places that I don't normally put in, including bar 46 where I breathed before the drill. But it was either that or die. So, but yeah, so that's the first little bit. Let me just see if I can find the rondo. Right, we're going to try this again. My tablet stopped halfway through the rondo, so we'll try this again and see. Hopefully there'll be no adverts either, but we shall see. All being well,